Good evening. It is my delightful pleasure to share in the occasion of this book launching. The launching of this book is significant because it highlights the history of the Civil War, the consequences of the Civil War, right through the modern civil rights movement, which is the crux of my profession. I bring you salutations from Kennesaw State University, where I am the Associate Director of the Center for the Study of the Civil War Era. I also bring you greetings on behalf of the National Park Service, Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield Park, where our Civil War Center is working collaboratively with Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield Park to understand the perspectives and opinions of African Americans regarding the Civil War, and whether 150 years out, how attitudes have changed, and how to incorporate diverse audiences and the narrative of people of African descent in their interpretive programs. Paul Hudson and I go back a few years ago when we both were members of the Coalition to Remember the 1906 Atlanta Race Riot. I thank Paul Hudson and Laura Mirza for the invitation to share a few remarks about Atlanta's Stone Mountain, a multicultural history. I must admit that prior to actually reading the book, I shared Paul's enthusiasm for the book because I'm always happy to see human beings pushing themselves toward a place of joy, happiness, and fulfillment. And obviously, Paul was excited about the book as he was describing it to me, and in that moment, I affirmed his enthusiasm. However, when he told me the title of the book, Atlanta's Stone Mountain, a multicultural history, I was somewhat befuddled by the title. In that, my frame of reference, the baggage of my own life experiences as an African American woman who was born in Atlanta and raised here in the South. My parents were raised here in the South. My grandparents, my great-grandparents were raised here in the segregated South. These things caused me to question how Paul and Laura could fulfill the premise, first, that Stone Mountain is a part of Atlanta, and secondly, that this would be a multicultural history. Be that as it may, I remained positive and open to what and how the premise would unfold. Well, folks, I'll tell you, as I unfurled each page, I fell in love with the book. It is no hyperbole that the majesty and splendor of Stone Mountain abruptly penetrating the landscape is an awesome, awesome wonder. The sense of place throughout the ages offered up in Atlanta's Stone Mountain is fully achieved with the vivid imagery, concise writing style, the artist's renderings, and for contemporary times, archival photographs. Students, you do know that there were no cameras during the Jurassic Age, right? I hope so. The book also illustrates the intersection of geospatial planes with celestial mythology, ecological, and cultural dimensions. It also illustrates the inevitability of change and the ability of the human spirit with the human spirit to adapt to environmental and behavioral changes by either going with the flow and learning to work through consequential conflict, or by resisting at the cost of human growth and development. The systems of networks via primitive trails, transportation, industry, trade, and social interactions is key to understanding how the Atlanta statistical metropolitan area would extend far beyond the Atlanta city limits. And with the 1996 games being held in Atlanta, the networks are even global. further opening Stone Mountain and Atlanta up to multi-ethnic and diverse cultural audiences. My work with the current focus group research that I'm working on with the National Park Service, was to assess the attitudes of African Americans toward the Civil War as various groups throughout the country commenced to celebrate the preservation of the United States under one flag, the American flag, a flag which is claimed to represent the highest ideals of democracy, as some groups memorialize the heritage of their ancestors' valiant courage as either Union or Confederate soldiers, and the way of life and the principles for which these men were willing to lay down their lives. Other groups to commemorate by acknowledging and expressing deep compassion and understanding for the tragedy that was slavery. And still others to celebrate the participation of over 200,000 African American men as soldiers and sailors during the war, and still others to celebrate the emancipation of 4 million people from the horrors of over 200 years of enslavement. In this research focus group, the participants were asked a series of questions, one being, what would attract you to visit Kennesaw Mountain? A mountain that if you were to tour the mountain and if you stood at the top of the mountain, you could actually see Stone Mountain. Really, you can. Some of the participants answered the question, what would attract you to visit Stone Mountain? Some of the participants answered the question quite succinctly with one word, safety. And that struck me as a really odd answer. There were participants of a certain age bracket who were recalling earlier experiences prior to the Civil Rights Act of 1964, a period when racial discrimination and segregation had been the de facto rule of the day at Stone Mountain. These participants were projecting their feelings and emotions from 50 years prior onto potential experiences at Kennesaw Mountain. In Atlanta's Stone Mountain, A Multicultural History, Paul and Laura met history, the good, the bad, and the ugly, head on. They gave substantial treatment to race relations in early 19th century New Gibraltar through 20th century Stone Mountain, when the Ku Klux Klan appropriated the space, establishing it as a pinnacle of white domination. This was the context in which Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. wrote his I Have a Dream speech, when he declared, "My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. Of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain, Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi. From every mountainside, let freedom ring." Atlanta's Stone Mountain, A Multicultural History, brings to life the rocky struggle, pun intended, of social and environmental justice, racial harmony, and the ideals of freedom that makes America a great place to live. Thank you.